guarantee. Weather is brought to you by your locally owned Midas of Eastern Ontario, with lifetime guarantees on brakes, suspension, exhaust, and now on tires. Come and experience the Midas difference.
Well, that snow has arrived to the region. It will continue tonight. We could see 5 centimeters in Kingston overnight, and then morning drizzle, risk of freezing drizzle with that. As it rises to the plus zone again tomorrow afternoon, it's probably just a small chance of some drizzle. We get a little slowing down of everything. And then the next wave moves in late afternoon, rain developing again. Rain Thursday, showers probably tapering off on Friday, and then clearing and cooling late Saturday. So you've got a cloudy, mild Saturday, but by the evening, we start to see that cloud thinning out. We start to see it cooling down, and then, yeah, much cooler temperatures next week. So these way above normal temperatures and the wet takeover will be out of the way once we roll into next week. Look at how far to the north that cold air has receded, and that's why we're going to continue to see those temperatures come up as we get that push from the south. 2 low pressure systems coming our way. A high of 1 in Belleville, Kingston, Brockville, 0 in Smiths Falls, a -1 in Ottawa today, 0 in Peterborough, a 1 for Oshawa and Toronto. So everybody hovering around that freezing mark throughout the day, and that's why we're looking at that risk of freezing drizzle and freezing rain. Whenever your temperature is just sort of sitting around there and the rain's falling, yeah, it freezes on contact when you're at that freezing mark. So we're sitting at a -1 right now, and it is snow falling in the Kingston area. Those easterly winds moving at about 11 kilometers per hour, reported at the top of the hour at Norman Rogers. A couple centimeters already. It started this afternoon around the lunch hour in Belleville, Kingston area. I think Picton saw it late morning as it moved through very slowly, and around 1 o'clock in the central Kingston area when the snow took over. And we got a couple more minutes of daylight too. Nice to see those days getting a little bit longer now. Not seeing a whole lot of sun right now. Cloud coverage and snow pushing through today. But we are seeing a real rise in temperatures. Look at this, not just 1 but two lows. This is actually the 3rd low. The first one moving through sort of set the stage for a rise in temperatures, and that got absorbed by the secondary low. Now this one's moving in with snow to start, but it turns to rain, and we see that lull. That sort of, you can see here, there's a bit of a break. There's actually, we don't show a high, but there is a slight ridge where, well, if you think about it, you got a low here and you have a low here. Relatively speaking, what's in the middle would be a little higher. So there's a very mild ridge right there. So we're looking at a lack of activity through the morning tomorrow, and then by the afternoon, we start to see that probability growing again. So here's your snow tonight. And it gets a little heavy at times, but then it moves through very quickly. It doesn't last long. Early morning hours, it seems to come to a halt, and we just have that little mist and drizzle, freezing drizzle for some of us away from the lake. And then we get into that next wave, showers, and there's that risk of freezing rain, a big deal from Charlotte Lake up to Smiths Falls and up through the nation's capital, even into Montreal. This is going to be more of a freezing rain event. For us, rain heavy at times through your Wednesday, and then come the early hours of the morning Thursday, we see that probability diminishing again. I wouldn't rule out the chance of a shower or wet flurry over Friday, but it is a smaller probability. By the end of the day Friday, we'll probably see that probability drop off. Belleville, a high 3. You've got mixed precipitation and a good risk of freezing drizzle through the morning. Thursday, it's a high 3 and a 70% chance of rain. Friday up to 5 and showers again through the morning. That probability dropping through the day. Brockville up to 0. You've got some mixed precipitation, some snow tonight, 2 to 4 centimeters, turning to a drizzle in the morning with a risk of freezing drizzle. It looks like showers and freezing drizzle Thursday, and then freezing rain by the evening. Friday, a high 4 and some showers. Smiths Falls, you'll rise to -3 tomorrow. You've got some snow overnight. That turns to a mix of snow and freezing rain tomorrow, and by nightfall, it's rain and freezing rain. Thursday, 2 degrees for a high, and you've got a risk of freezing rain on and off through the day at 40% probability. Friday, a high 3 and a good chance of showers. Could be mixed with flurries as the probability tapers off later in the day and we see temperatures drop. Kingston, your forecast up to +3 tomorrow. You've got about 5 centimeters of snow overnight, and then tomorrow tomorrow, that snow turns to a drizzle in the morning. 60% probability of drizzle, and that could be a freezing drizzle, especially away from the lake. Thursday, a high 3 with showers, periods of rain by night. And then Friday, the periods of rain turn to a 60% chance of showers through Friday morning, hoping to see that probability drop by the evening. Saturday, cloudy, a high 3, but clearing through the evening, and cool Sunday, a high 1. We're looking at a mix of sun and cloud. A small chance of a flurry in the morning. Monday, a mix of sun and cloud, much cooler, only high -6, -3 Tuesday, and a mix of sun and cloud. Now your weather wallpaper.
Weather Wallpaper is brought to you by Christine Geary's Maple Leaf Tours Travel Cruise. Visit mapleleaftours.com to get into the picture.
Janet Klatt of Hardington sends this one in. The deer really don't have a chance of getting close to that trough with these three fellas in the way. Look at the size of those. That's a feeding trough for deer.
Those are three rabbits.
Those are big rabbits.
Those are big
and there's
ones,
three of
yeah.
them, 2 in the trough and 1 underneath.
Wow. They're well fed.
Yeah, that was caught on her trail cam in her yard in Hardington. Thanks a lot to Janet for sharing that photo with us. Keep sending them, and you too. Send them to submissions at ckwstv.com.
They're just chowing down there. You're right about the deer. There's no room for the deer there. Bill, it's not unusual to see a January thaw, and this is going to be helped along by a lot of rain as
yes,
well.
and we will see temperatures drop following this, but that drop will be short-lived. You'll see in your long range, that 10-day outlook, that those temperatures will start to climb again.
Oh, really? So the January thaw might continue on then next week, or resume next week. Okay, your 10-day outlook coming up later. Thank you, Bill. And over to Bill now with the 10-day outlook. We know it's going to be messy the next few days, Bill, but what about Groundhog Day?
Well, things are changing. We do have some up and down in the temperatures, too. Looks like some snow now, but look out for the rain by tomorrow night. We will see a lull in the activity tomorrow, but in the morning there's a risk of freezing drizzle. Thursday, a high 3, and it looks like rain. There could be a possible period of freezing rain in the early morning and in the evening. Friday, high 4, the chance of showers. Saturday, up to 3. We see the probability of precipitation coming to an end. Sunday, cooling and partial clearing, a 40% chance of flurries. For Monday, cool, a high -6, a mix of sun and cloud, more of the same Tuesday with a high -3. And as we still keep the precipitation on the back burner, we see temperatures rising again. By Thursday of next week, a high 3, cloudy with sunny periods, more of the same Friday with a high of +1.
So Groundhog looking maybe cloudy for that shadowy figure.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
You're watching CKWS News at 11.
Well, the snow has arrived from our first of 2 low-pressure systems. As it continues to march through, actually there's 3 lows that are kind of at work here. The first one kind of absorbed by the second, and then a third one coming up is going to perpetuate the rainfall. But what we're dealing with right now is a bit of snow, mixed precipitation close to the lake, and in the morning it'll die down and turn into freezing drizzle, turning to about a 60% chance of drizzle through the morning and afternoon. But then later Thursday, we get back into another period of rain through the overnight. There's always a risk of freezing rain. In fact, in those areas away from Lake Ontario, greater risk. And it's always greater in the early morning or late evening hours, overnight hours, when those temperatures drop. So Belleville, you've got a high of 2 tomorrow. You can see 5 centimeters of snow overnight, turning to a freezing drizzle in the morning, and then periods of rain developing in the afternoon. Thursday, a high 3. 70% chance of showers, periods of rain by the nightfall. Friday, a high 5, and still a pretty good chance of showers through the morning. Hoping to see some partial clearing come Saturday and Sunday. Brockville, a high -1. Mixed precipitation is possible. A great risk of freezing rain, especially in the early morning and the late hours. Thursday, a high 3, and you've got a good risk of freezing rain by Thursday night. Periods of rain and freezing rain continue. Friday, it's a high 4 and a good chance of showers through the first half of your day. Smiths Falls, a high -3 with mixed precipitation. You can see 2 to 4 centimeters of snow, turning to freezing rain by morning, and then back to rain late in the day, mixed with freezing rain. Thursday, it's freezing rain and a high of 2. For Friday, +3, and showers mixed with flurries as temperatures drop later in the day. Kingston, your forecast, a high of 2 with snow tonight, 5 centimeters, turning to a freezing drizzle in the morning. That turns to just drizzle as temperatures rise to +2. And then we get into periods of rain again late Wednesday. Thursday, looks like showers in the morning, periods of rain by the night. And Friday, still a good chance of showers for the first half of your day. Hoping to see that end by night. Saturday, a high 3, cloudy. Some clearing over Sunday, but still a small chance of flurries. A mix of sun and cloud over Monday and Tuesday as temperatures drop.